Connect streaming software to start. Oh. We got it. I think we got it. It says we're live.
Yay!
Hey! I apologize for my tardiness. I am, 8 minutes late? 8 minutes and 16 seconds late, but I promise it was for a good reason. I had to set all this up again because it's been a while since we've done this. But hi, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Andrew Stutzke here with WQAD News 8, the Storm Track 8 Weather Center. I've actually got a guest joining me this morning. This is Allison Mills. She's job shadowing me today. And believe it or not, she's from Sterling, where I'm from. And she's also going to Northern Illinois University, right?
Yep.
For meteorology?
For meteorology.
And you want to do this, right?
I do.
Yes. Another Sterling meteorologist. Rock on. So she's going to be my sidekick as we kind of go through this and show you what's coming up for this winter storm that's on track. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't think you can do comments on this, but if you can comment, feel free. Again, this is YouTube, so it's a little bit different than what we do on Facebook in that I can't really see real-time comments, at least easily. But comment on it anyway, and I'm going to open it up on my phone and see if I can see some of the comments coming through. But I do want to talk about what's going to be coming up for the end of this week, because you're probably seeing it, if you haven't already, on social media, that there is definitely a sizable storm system coming in a little bit later. This is for Thursday, Friday. So I want to talk a little bit about that, what we can expect in terms of, are we going to get a lot of snow? Are we going to get a lot of ice? Are we going to get a lot of rain? Wind chills. It looks ugly.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal.
Yeah, this is going to be, if it pans out the way things are looking this morning, this is going to be a pretty sizable storm system. One that we have not seen in terms of strength or impacts for, I'd say, quite a while. Do you remember how long it's been since we've seen a pretty good winter storm around here?
At least 5 years out. That's what I can remember.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since we've had a hardy storm system around here in terms of winter. And we were also talking earlier, it's been a while since we've had a white Christmas too. The last couple of Christmas seasons have been so warm. So this is going to be a big change. So stick with us. We're going to go through this. If you ever have any questions, by the way, you can either message me, you can email me. We have all of our contact information at WQAD.com. You can also text us as well. I'll throw that phone number up for you here towards the end of this. But let's start off with what's going on right now, and not a whole lot of anything. It's really quiet. But I want to draw your attention to this because it is Monday, and there's already a winter storm watch sitting off to the west of us. And if you're like me and Allison, or Allison and I, and you follow weather, this is kind of unusual to have like a watch product out this far in advance.
Yes.
I mean, usually maybe 48 hours ahead of the storm, most oftentimes.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, exactly. But this is really ahead of time. And there's a couple of reasons for this. One, it's likely to be the first big winter storm of the season. But more importantly, this is a winter storm that's going to be coming in as all of you are getting ready to hit the road at the end of this week into the weekend. So that's why the National Weather Service is pulling this out early. And I was reading the discussion from the Quad Cities office. They're saying that we will be under a winter storm watch by this afternoon. They're going to put that product out. Now, you see this one to the west of us. It starts Thursday morning. We're probably going to see a very similar timing for it here. If not Thursday morning, probably Thursday afternoon. Their winter storm watch will go through Saturday morning. Ours will probably go through Saturday afternoon. Just because, again, you're a little bit further to the east compared to where the watch is there right now. But I think that's probably fair to say.
I think so too.
Yeah, just the way things are looking this morning. So heads up, this afternoon, probably after 2 o'clock or so, you're going to have your Storm Track 8 app or your News 8 app. You're going to see the push notification come out saying Winter Storm Watch, most likely. And that's what it's for. It's going to be for Thursday. It's not for tonight, not for tomorrow, and not for Wednesday. It's most likely going to be for Thursday. So heads up on the timing of that. So here's a breakdown, just a quick summary of what we're watching. So it's the only storm that's really in the near term on the radar, at least for the next several days here, as you can see on the timeline. So this, again, is Thursday night to Friday morning. It's expected to have a very high impact because not only are we expecting significant amounts of snow potentially, but we're going to get a lot of wind. I mean, what were some of the wind gusts we were looking at earlier?
38, 40 mile an hour.
Yeah, at least. So this is going to be a very powerful system for wind, for snow, also for cold as well. I'll show you the cold here in a second. But there you see, so the threat of heavy snow, strong winds is increasing. This storm system is trending stronger based on what we're seeing this morning. Snowfall amounts to be determined. It's too early right now to get into specific numbers. I'll show you a general trend that some of the models are hinting at. but it's too early to say who's going to get what in terms of the heaviest snow. You got to stick with us. I'm not expecting any ice right now, and I'm also not expecting any rain. This is going to be an all snow event, and the type of snow is going to be that wet, fluffy snow. So let's go through future track. Again, this is a little bit out into the future, so the resolution on this is not as good as if we were a little bit closer, but it gives you a general idea of when things are going to start to cook around here. And also, I'm kind of keeping this view nice and wide because I know a lot of folks are going to travel. So you're going to want to know when this is coming in. So right here in the Quad Cities, the timing of the snow to start is right around the noon hour. Now give that plus or minus a couple of hours. It's, the timing of this likely changes because, again, we're so far out into the future. But let's plan on snow starting here in the Quad Cities around noon, much earlier if you're further west, say into Des Moines. Now, if you're into Chicago, this is going to be more of an afternoon, evening, overnight event because you're further east if you plan on to travel. So we've got snow here at noon in the Quad Cities. That will continue all Thursday afternoon, all Thursday night. Thursday night will likely be the heaviest based on what we're seeing here with the timing. You're seeing that really bright white, that heavier snow band into central Illinois. There's a couple model differences. This is the European model I'm using. I like this one better just because it's not going gangbusters with the snow like the GFS was. We were looking at that earlier. And the numbers the GFS was putting out were just, I'm not even ready.
No.
I mean, I don't even want to show it on here yet because the numbers were just so high, because that's just going to incite panic, and I don't think that scenario is going to play out. But anyway, that tells you that a significant amount of snow is possible, greater than 6 inches, for example. So again, Thursday night, heaviest snow is falling. The snow will continue through parts of Friday morning. But I can tell right now, based on the timing of this, the commute Friday morning here is going to be a nightmare. Because even though the snow is going to be coming to an end, the wind is just going to be getting started. And Friday morning through Friday afternoon is when the strongest winds are expected to arrive. And with this snow being the light, fluffy stuff, it's going to blow around like nothing. I mean, you barely need a breeze and the stuff is going to start moving. So the fact that we're going to get sustained winds of 30 to 40 in here Friday, with gusts up to 50, means we're going to have whiteout conditions likely for a good chunk of not only Thursday night, but also a good chunk of Friday, potentially into Christmas Eve as well, depending on how long the winds stick around. But it looks like it's safe to say the peak of the accumulating snow, Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, Thursday night, and then tapering down Friday morning. That kind of looks like the general consensus for snow. And then we'll work that off to the east. So I want to pull up some of the early estimates. Again, we're far out, so we only have 2 or 3 computer models right now that can tell us an early first guess at how much snow we're going to get. You can see kind of the highest one trending towards 6 inches. Anytime I say the word significant snow, I usually mean 6 inches or more, and that's what I'm going with this morning. But you can see there's still a little bit of a spread. There's some still going at 2 inches. That was an earlier model run. There's another one going up to 6 inches there. And there are prospects or chances that this could go even higher based on what we saw.
Yes.
So this is a wait and see. I think tomorrow we'll have a better handle on where these snowfall amounts are going to fall in line and where the heaviest band is going to set up. But the fact that we're getting this consistent signal this early in the game tells me this is most likely going to be a fairly significant storm system that's coming through. So let's talk about wind, when the strongest sustained winds are going to arrive. And again, this is going to be Thursday night. Here's 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon, early evening. These are wind gusts of 30 miles an hour already. The winds will strengthen as we go through Thursday night, especially into Friday morning. That's when gusts will start approaching 40 miles an hour by Friday morning's commute. Now, can you imagine 40 mile an hour winds with that powdery snow on the ground? And if we end up getting more than 6 inches of snow, that wind whipping all of that up. I mean, no thank you.
No.
I'm not looking forward to coming to work on Friday.
No.
I think I'm going to have to leave like an hour ahead of time. Even though I'm 20 minutes away, yeah, this is not going to be fun. So again, strong winds. Friday morning's commute's awful. Absolutely awful. It doesn't get much better as we go into the afternoon either. Look at that. We're 1 o'clock. Wind gusts up to nearly 50 miles an hour by Friday afternoon. And if this storm strengthens even more than what our computer model here is showing, we could see higher gusts than that. We could see winds over 50 miles an hour. So I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of advisories by the end of this week. You're probably going to see us have a winter storm warning, a wind advisory for sure, looking at this, if not a high wind warning. And we're also likely going to have either a wind chill advisory or a wind chill warning. So there's your phone is going to be blowing up at the end of this week. Just like our computer here is going to be, sounding all of these alarms. But look at this. Even Saturday morning, we're still having winds gust up to 40 miles an hour. So this snow, if we get all of this, is going to continue to blow and drift Friday, Saturday, and it looks like some of this wind is even going to stick around for Christmas Day. So we're going to have to watch that as well. We may still have some blowing and drifting concerns for Christmas Day as well. But the thing to remember with this storm system is it's not going to be how much snow we get. It's going to be about the wind, and it's going to be about the wind chill as this cold air comes in. But also, if you notice on the map here, this storm is going to impact everyone in the Midwest. This is not just a Quad City storm or a Chicago storm or a Des Moines storm or a Minneapolis storm. This is everywhere in the Midwest that's going to see this. So,
horrible timing.
And then, exactly. I mean, Thursday, Friday, that's when folks are going to start getting ready for the weekend and heading to where they want to head for Christmas. So the timing's terrible. The fact that it's going to be so widespread is also terrible. So that's, again, why we're doing this update. And we'll do more of these as we get closer to it. I might do another one tomorrow or maybe Wednesday, too. But so here's the other thing we're watching, too. The other backside of this is the storm gets out of here. This is punch number 3, I guess you could say, because you got snow, wind, and now you've got the dangerous wind chills that could go to 30 below zero as early as Friday morning. The worst of the wind chill looks like it's going to be here on Saturday. I've already had a couple people from my church message me like, we're going to cancel Christmas Eve services. I'm like, with the wind chill and if the snow's blowing, you probably will be canceling most of your Christmas Eve services at this rate. But either way, it is going to get awfully cold coming into the weekend. And this cold is not going to be just here. It's actually going to extend all the way down to the Gulf Coast. So that's going to be interesting because you remember what happened, was it last year or the year before, where Texas froze? I don't think, maybe it was last year?
I think it was last year.
Was it last year?
It was last year.
This is a very similar situation in that this cold air is going to go as far as south as Houston and the Gulf Coast. There are actually some models that want to bring accumulating snow to the Gulf of Mexico. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But that just gives you an idea of how cold it's going to be. So I think that's going to be interesting to watch later this week too. So don't think that you can escape this by going further south. I mean, even parts of Florida are preparing for cold weather at this time too. So it's really going to be a true Arctic invasion. So here's the timeline I want to give you and what we're using to forecast this. So when we are 5 to 6 days out, which we're past that now, it's just at the heads up point. Now it's about identifying the impacts. We know we're going to get snow. We know we're going to get strong winds, and we know we're going to get this really nasty cold afterwards. Those 3 things are certain. We know they're coming. What we don't know, of course, yet are the specifics in terms of how much snow are we going to get and where is that heavy snow band going to set up. That's what we're going to be revealing here, or what will be revealed as we go through later tomorrow and especially Wednesday. I think by Wednesday morning, when you join me for GMQC, we're going to have a fairly confident grasp on what that track is going to look like and where the heaviest snow is going to be. Now, we're moving the timeline up in terms of the watch and warning and advisories because the National Weather Service is already going to put that out today, this afternoon. And rightfully so. Again, like you said, it's a big travel day. We want to get as much word out there as possible. But again, I'm not showing amounts yet other than that graph because that's going to change based on how strong this storm is going to get, where it's going to track, and where that heaviest band is going to sit up. That is going to be absolutely crucial as we go through this storm system. I'm going to give you this too, just to kind of leave you on with this so you can see how long this cold air is going to stick around. It's going to be a while. We're going to keep, again, those wind chill values down to 30 below or so, right around there through at least Christmas Day on Sunday. And then we get a little break from it coming into next week. And there are signs once we get beyond Monday, we may see another warming trend into the first week of January. But I was looking at some of the long-range stuff, and we look at things like some of the ocean oscillations of ocean temperatures and patterns. There's another potentially strong cold wave coming in about the 2nd to 3rd week of January. So this is likely just round 1 of 2, maybe more, that are going to be coming in here over the next couple of weeks. But bottom line is, travel-wise, I know a lot of people are thinking of that. I think here in the Quad Cities, if you're traveling, you need to be out of here and either at the airport or on your way east, definitely not west, by probably early Thursday morning. Like, I think David's planning on leaving 7 o'clock, right after GMQC, because he's got to travel. So if you're going east on Thursday, you want to be out of here by 7 in the morning at the latest to avoid all of this. If you're heading west, you want travel wrapped up no later than, I would say, midday Wednesday.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. I hope that helps. We're going to, of course, track this as we always do. Maybe do another Facebook Live coming up tomorrow, for sure on Wednesday, or a YouTube Live, I should say, coming up on Wednesday. Because, again, there's a lot coming in with this storm. It's a high-impact storm. It's the first strong storm of the season. I don't even think we're ready for the winter driving yet. I mean,
not yet.
we haven't even had a really, substantial winter storm or winter driving scenario yet.
I need baby steps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you might want to brush up on those. Get ready for some big travel impacts later this week. Of course, we're going to keep track of it here for you, as we always do. Make sure you have the News 8 app. Again, you're going to receive all of the watches and warnings through that, plus our updates as well. Storm Track 8 app is also updated, ready to go. You've got the interactive radar, all that good stuff right there in the app. If you also have a smart TV, you can download our app there. It's the WQ80 Plus app. That's where you can find a recap of this live stream and some others as we update that throughout the day. But good resource to have. Don't forget our radio partners either. iHeartMedia, Mix 96, WLLR. We're constantly updating that forecast. It's a brand new resource, and so many of you have said you love it that we're on those stations now. So don't forget you can use that as well if you plan on traveling. But again, prepare for very difficult travel, not only here in the Quad Cities, but throughout the whole Midwest as we go throughout, especially Thursday into Friday, possibly extending into Saturday and parts of Sunday, Christmas Day as well. It's going to be a biggie. Think we covered it all?
I think so.
Did we get it?
I think so.
The message is there. You guys are prepared. You're ready. You're not going to be caught off guard. Don't slam the grocery store all at once.
No.
I think that's going to be the next thing, is folks are going to be going to the grocery store and trying to stock up on supplies.
Bread and milk.
Yeah, I think probably the biggest day for that's probably going to be Wednesday.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, I don't make commission off that. So
Yeah.
I don't see anything. That's for sure. And I can verify that I need a new car. And if I were to get a commission from those grocery stores, could you imagine? I have my new car already. But I don't get anything from that. So no connection there whatsoever. None. But again, we'll continue to watch it. Just be prepared. Be ready. We can get through this, but definitely make sure you're ready to go as we get to Thursday, Friday. I'll give you more tips along the way, too, once we get closer. Again, if you have any questions, I will try to get to the comments if it's going to let you comment on it. I didn't see it show up on my phone. But if there's a question that I did not answer, and you'd like me to answer it, let me see if I can find our texting number. So we have this really cool service now where you can send us a text message. You can send me a text message. There it is. And ignore that. We don't have severe weather today. This is just a graphic I've used in the past, and it's got the phone number on there. But the number you can text, you can't call it, so don't try and call it. You're going to get this lovely lady on there that says this number, is only for texting. You need to text it. But it's 309-304-0888. That's the number that you can text and send a question to, and I'll get it right here on my phone, and I will answer it. And the time is still valid, too. I'll be around until noon today, so if you want to send me a text message regarding questions for the storm upcoming, maybe you're traveling somewhere, like I'm going to Michigan, or I'm going to New York, what can I expect? Send me a text message, 309-304-0888. Text messaging and data rates apply. You have to say that, the legalese. But who doesn't have unlimited texting? It's like a standard thing now on plans. But feel free. That's a resource. We're the only station in the market that offers it. Use it. It is there for you to use, and I'll answer your question as we go throughout the morning. So stay safe. I hope to see you at 11 o'clock. Allison's going to join me for the 11 o'clock. We're super excited for that. And, enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll see you at 11. Woo! Done.